I don't usually get too upset on this channel, but it's time something was done by Fortnite about this. We have now talked about this guy twice on this channel, but I wanted to give you guys a full comeback after sitting down with a couple of victims and interviewing them about their issues with a Fortnite creator known as Geerzy. I wanted to share their stories with you, and hopefully Epic Games will do something about these false copyright claims and false DMCA claims against Fortnite creators sometime in the future. If you guys are somehow unfamiliar with this story about a creator known as Geerzy, he's been called out by many others, at least half a dozen, who have been sent false DMCA takedown claims on their maps, or even a cease and desist. He sent to CypherPK, wrongfully so, because he was trying to take down their Fortnite maps, all centered around the genre or the title known as The Pit, a format that he did not even create, that was actually created years before him, that he is also trying to trademark, and then again, use that for means to take down competing maps to his own, while he's making hundreds of thousands of dollars on Fortnite's UEFN. Now, around this same time, I called this out because I've talked to two of those victims, also reached out to Cypher, who already confirmed publicly the cease and desist he was sent, but I also sat down with two others, one known as Leoxy, who I'll refer to as Leo, and another one known as Zyro, both of whom had their maps taken down by Fortnite due to a false claim issued by Geerzy, costing them tens of thousands of dollars. And these are teenagers, by the way, having to deal with this menace, falsely trying to take down their maps with little to no repercussion done to him, and hopefully something will be done about it. I have faith in Fortnite to correct these issues, as they've also made their own statements. A little update on that end. As in response to taking down these maps, and later they did reinstate these maps, although it took around 2 weeks to do so, and these creators are fearful of making counterclaims against someone like Geerzy, because if he does threaten legal action, they're kids, they don't know what grounds he has to stand on, which is none, by the way. They did respond on what they have to do on their end. As Fortnite said, we have to action these DMCAs and trademark requests as required by law. Here is the formal process that kicks off when a valid counter notice is filed. The original reporter may file a legal suit within 10 days. If they don't file, we are able to reinstate the island. And they also reassured that there's more updates in the future to hopefully fight against this, as we've had countless creators respond, like Typical Gamer, like CypherPK, like Squatting Dog, like Muselk, and others, asking if there's going to be punishments for people out there like Geerzy who try and issue these false DMCA takedowns of others' maps when they have no reason to do so, because it's not a mode or a genre that they made, and the maps that they are taking down are very much unique and not a copycat of his at all. And so I sat down with someone like Leo, who, by the way, doesn't even want me sharing the full interview because he doesn't want Geerzy to keep on going after him. But I can confirm to you, Leo has lost out on potentially tens of thousands of dollars. At the point of his map being taken down, it had concurrently over 50,000 players on the map. By the way, it had done this for over a month. And so when you were given this DMCA, or you were this person did this, was your map like doing particularly well?
Yeah, it was doing like around 1,000 to 2,000 euros per day. Yeah.
No, wait.
Yeah, and I'm from Croatia. You know how much big of a deal it is to me.
You said 1,000 to 2,000 euros a day it was making?
Yeah.
And by the time his map was taken down, still around that same player count, you guys can imagine what these maps are making, but it's probably a couple grand a day at the minimum that he is now being costed because of this. And ultimately the community did respond saying, like, what? There's no grounds here. So his map eventually gets reinstated, 10 to 14 days after being taken down. The biggest issue here is, though, that after that map is taken down and then reinstated by Fortnite, there's no punishment for Geerzy for issuing the false claim, and that map is usually dead and gone. Those tens of thousands of concurrent players, they're not coming back because it's no longer in their algorithm, no longer in the searches, and no longer in the rankings as it once was, and then the revenue they lost, they don't get back. To me, that's a dang near crime. Like, you have a full-grown adult, I'm presuming in Geerzy, who is making a lot of money, by the way, from who I've talked to. Geerzy is a very successful UEFN map creator who is doing very well for himself. I would say hundreds of thousands of dollars, going after competing maps and these kids and costing them tens of thousands to little or no punishment. That's crazy. And there's more than that.
Yeah, and I'm in a very similar situation. Let me just pull up the numbers right now.
Yeah.
So, the first day of us launching, it was Friday, March 8th for the brand new Fortnite season. Our team pulled 3 consecutive all-nighters to get this completely good to go, get all the videos ready. The second day, we then hit 7,400 players. The third day, we hit 6,400, and then we dropped down to about 2,000 players, which is still great numbers. And we were top 25 creators at the time on all of UEFN for at least a couple of hours. But then the next day we got striked and we went from our couple average 1,000 to 0.
I talked to a different teenager, by the way, who had to deal with this guy. His name is Zyro. He did allow me to talk about these things. And even he himself, a very similar experience. I believe around 3, 4, 5,000 concurrent players when his map was struck down by Geerzy, wrongfully so, later reinstated about 2 weeks later to about 34 players. And we are talking about a teenager who is, albeit very smart, but also fearful of a bigger creator going after him because he's done this before with Minecraft maps. He's hired out people. He's done marketing for his maps. He has a team to help build these maps out. And the money he has sunk into this map, albeit the map was doing well for itself, but that's money he won't get back if the map is not actually up and active because it was wrongfully taken down by someone like Geerzy. And I just think it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's I mean, I want people to know about this because the thing is Geerzy might message me after, you make whatever posts and something may happen or something may not happen. But if people are going to have a full-time job off of this and have to feed their families or have to, they're moving places or they're quitting their job, I don't want someone to do all that and then get a copyright strike or a lawsuit and ruin their entire life. So I wouldn't say it's taking one for the team or anything. It's kind of just biting the bullet. And I mean, he sent me DMs basically saying like the tweets I was making can be used against me when we're in court and to speak to a lawyer as they will be taking legal action. But after everything kind of went out on Twitter and people started tweeting at him, Cypher PK's tweets getting tens of thousands of likes. He was a bit more friendly in DMs.
And that's just 2. You could throw in Cypher for 3. And I've heard of like 4, 5, or 6 others that have also had claims against them by the same creator. I'm not asking that everything is taken away from Geerzy, nor are these creators. They're actually very forgiving and they're very happy to have their maps back up, which I thought was awesome out of them because I would be very pissed off if I had missed out on that much money because someone else was greedy about it. They don't want his career ruined. They don't want his ability to make maps taken away, but they do want some acknowledgement of like, this won't happen to other people because it's taking advantage and exploiting the system. And it's really taking money out of other people's pockets that they'll never get the chance to get back. So hopefully Fortnite does something about these false DMCA and takedowns. And if it does keep on happening, I'll just keep on talking about it and hoping something does change in the future. So till next time, take care of yourselves. Thanks to Leoxy and thanks to Zyro for talking to me and interviewing. I really do appreciate your time and wish you guys the best of luck in the future of creating these maps on UEFN because I do think this has a great future. This can be a great thing for gaming as long as other people don't take advantage. Till next time, take care. We'll see you back here soon.